There you have it. That is a one pan Italian meatball and spaghetti made. Look at that. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today we're doing Italian meatballs in a Marinara sauce with spaghetti all in one pan. How easy is that? So that is my Italian meatballs, and if you want to make the Italian sausage meat, there's a link on the channel right now. Go ahead, it's the video before this one, and you can make your own Italian sausage. If not, you're buying. Okay, pan, olive oil. Now you can use any oil you want. You can use butter. You can do anything. Flame on. Heat up the oil a little bit, and we're going to chuck our meatballs in there, and we're just going to cook them in there till they're brown all over. Doesn't matter if they're not cooked all the way through, just get that little bit of a browning on there. So this is a one pot meal. It's super duper easy to make, it really is. Now it's even easier if you use a jar of bottled ready-made sauce. We are making a very easy Marinara sauce using canned tomatoes and tomato puree. In there, meatballs. Start to brown them off nice and gently in there. Flame doesn't have to be too high. It's a nice bit of colour on there. And then we're going to take those out and carry on. Just try your best to get a little bit of colour on them. Just keep turning them over. So when you've got a nice colouring on there, you can take them out. It doesn't matter about cooking all the way through, because they're going to go back in with our sauce. And these are still cooking. So we can have those out of there. So let's get them out, and then we can carry on. It's a very straightforward cook, this one. Now we have enough oil and things in here, as you can see. It's probably a little bit of moisture from the sausage meat too, but that doesn't matter. So in there with our onion and garlic. A little bit of a saute on there. So cook the rawness out of your onion and garlic, soften it up. Now I'm not using salt because I'm using a broth and it has salt in. I'm going to use black pepper in here, get some pepper in, and it's salt and pepper to taste as usual. For the observant, I've used red onion, but you can use any onion, it doesn't matter. White onion, red onion. Just chop up your onion and throw it in. When you've got a little bit of cooking on there, you want to be going in there with a good tablespoon of tomato paste or tomato puree. Start to cook it in there. Flame not too high for this because we don't want to burn the tomato. So nice and steady. Now some say you can cook the sweetness into a tomato paste. We're going to chuck some sugar in there. We're definitely going to make sure it's cooked and sweet. In there, oregano. In there, basil, dried basil. And we've got some chili flakes in there. Chili flakes optional, you don't have to use it. Now what you can do, if you've mixed up the Italian seasoning mix, you can put that in. Let's just give this a stir so we don't burn anything. That smells fabulous already. So just for an example, I won't put much in, but you could put in your Italian seasoning if you do not have dried basil as a herb. Because dried basil is actually quite hard to come by in some places, but if you have the Italian herbs, there you go. We want to be going in there with our tomato. Now these are canned tomatoes. We're going to put the juice in first, and then we're going to cut up the tomatoes in the tin. Avoid the mess. You know, you can chuck them all in there and squeeze the heck out of them if you want, or you could just do it like this, and you can drop those in there, and you can just chop a few more in there. Let's just give that a stir and we'll go in with the second one. Now this is going to be the base of our sauce. So let's go in there with the second one. Oh, some nice bits of tomato in there, I think. So we're just going to get this warm through, and we're going to start to simmer this off for a good 10 to 15 minutes. Right, there's not enough fluid in there. We're going to go in with some broth. Chicken broth, or, well, broth of choice actually. Chicken broth, veg broth, whatever, pork broth. Doesn't matter. So we've got a couple of cups there. Don't worry about the content. When we put the spaghetti in there to cook, it's going to put the starch of the spaghetti in there, and it's going to start to thicken up. All we got to do is cook this for about 10 minutes, get all those flavors together. Now if you've got a lid big enough, get a lid on there, depending on the pan that you're using. That looks about right. It's not for this pan, but it looks about right. I'll do. So we want to be cooking this for about 10 to 15 minutes on a nice simmer. Just keep coming through, give it a little shufty around in there, make sure it's not sticking on the bottom. Okay, when you've had about 10 minutes, that's what we're talking. We're going in there with our spaghetti. We're just going to bob that on there like that, and then we are not going to break it up, but we are going to try and submerge it a little bit in that sauce. Now when it softens, you can stir it all in, obviously, and it is going to soften, so don't worry about it. So it's a nice and steady one. You're going to have to keep an eye on it because the pasta is going to absorb the fluid. It's going to thicken up in here with the starches from the pasta. So just be careful what you do with your pasta now. Check your fluid levels, and if you have to add a little bit of water, put water in. Or stock, anything that you want. You could even put cream in if you wanted a creamy sauce. So we're just going to let that sit under there for the packet instructions. So it's going to take about 7 to 8 minutes to cook the pasta. It could be even longer. You're cooking it till it's al dente, or it's still got a little bit of texture. And when I chuck the meatballs back in there, give it all a stir. Cook for an extra 5 minutes, warm the meatballs back up again, and then we're ready to serve. Okay, for demo purposes, there you go. There's a bit of water in there. Don't be frightened, it's all going to be thickened up and absorbed. So just come along and give your pasta a stir, a little bit of a breaking up in there. And I don't mean breaking the pasta, I mean actually opening it up. You know, it is going to clump together obviously because it's a small pan. So just give it a little breaking up like that and everything's going to be perfectly cooked. Okay, oh, that's lovely and thick in there now, look. What we need to be doing is just testing this spaghetti. See it's, well, I can see it's okay. I can see it's okay. So we're going to go in there with our meatballs. In they go, and any juices. Now you can sink them in there if you so wish, or you can leave them to warm up on the top. They will warm up. Now if you want to go a bit cheesy, you can let that melt on there as well. Now that's only Parmesan cheese, and we'll put some on for garnish. Just let that melt on there. Close up the lid. 5 minutes, no more. Serve up. Okay, I guess that's flame off. Oh, looky there. There you have it. That is a one pan Italian meatball and spaghetti made. Look at that. Bit of basil on there. That is superb. Let's get it served up. So there we have it. That is our one pot Italian meatballs, Marinara sauce and spaghetti. Look at that. Oh, come on. We're in, we're in. Oh. Oh, amazing. Very tomatoey. Oh, look at those meatballs. Quite firm, delicious. Oh, oh wow. Oh wow. Oh. That is absolutely superb. Oh, I love that. Oh, I love that. Look at those spices inside there in that meatball. Juicy. There you go, end video. If you like what we're doing, share with your friends. Share all over. Tell them how easy it is. Come on. Make your own Italian meatball and spaghetti one pan dish. So simple. If you do like what we're doing, big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell. Catch you in the next video. I've got to carry on eating. Amazing.